to you this morning is, what can we learn from the state of youth participation at national development level so far?
Thank you for the opportunity. It is a very wonderful opportunity to meet with everyone here, distinguished guests, colleagues, not just colleagues from my country, but colleagues from all over the world. And I'm here, which it reminds me how time flies very quickly. It was just April 4th that I was in New York giving a keynote address in the United Nations headquarters, delivering a speech on youth at the heart of development. And then 5 days later on, I was already running for a re-election. You know what? It's a good thing I do not know the result up until now. If I do, I'll be back home calming down my campaign team because I'm sure they'll be banging their heads to the wall if I lost. And so this is just to reflect that politicians come and go. And we don't have a very long period of time to fight for the purpose that we've been here for the past 2 days and for 1 more day, 2 more days to come. I remember when I was running to become a member of parliament, I had one sole purpose. It was to fight for a mental health bill. And you know what? Mental health issue, it turns out to be very helpful in accelerating the attainment for the target goals of the MDGs. One of them is to prevent or to reduce the maternal mortality rate. With the postpartum blues and the depression, it's like we have to take sides with the women and understand the hormonal problems that they're facing during that moment in life. But I just realized by being here, what I've done so far was far from enough. But I realized I have to quickly snap out of feeling mesmerized by the presentation that I listened to yesterday, the Gapminder. It is scary, but I must warn you that being young doesn't mean that you will have a long period of time in politics. Being old does not mean you will have a short period of time in politics either. So either way, you have to make the most of your time. I cannot say that I wish to go back in time. You know, for the first time that I was sworn in as an MP, which is like, it was 4 years ago. And there are so many issues that need to be tackled. I cannot speak about how we can be very useful globally. We have to start from where we come from. I'm not very proud that the fact that Indonesia is contributing to, as the 4th largest population in the world right now. We are still unable to turn this number of population into a very strong force of development. We are not there yet. So can you imagine? We can only provide the people, but not yet the tools, not enough tools. So this kind of forum is actually giving the opportunity for young member of parliaments, not just young, like I say, young or older generation, younger generation, anyone in politics. This kind of forum, this kind of conference, it is actually giving us what we called, you are being blessed with a purpose now. Once you walk out of this conference, once you walk out of this IPCI 2014, you are blessed with a purpose. So from this moment on, I think this is a very good idea for you to be more ambitious in politics and to make sure that you get re-elected and to make sure that you will have a longer period in politics, because now you have a purpose. But if just being here and we are so busy doing selfie and that's all, sorry I did that too, then we don't really get anything out of this kind of conference. In my country, I'm not very proud how we have an increasing number of child marriage. I'm not proud with the fact that there are child molesters in international schools in Indonesia. And the teachers actually are migrating from other countries and they are in Indonesia, molesting our children sexually. abusing them. But you know, this cannot be done alone. This easiness for people to migrate, we need to do something about that. And this is where I think Mr. Ahmad will be you will come in handy, and we need you. You will see this is a very vibrant room with many countries, with so many people eager to sit down and listen to us speaking and listen to the information. But we usually get too overwhelmed with the information that we get here. We are so excited, but once we get out of here, we do not know what to do. And once we fly back to our country, we quickly forget what we get from this conference. And we do not want that to happen. But it keeps happening to me and my colleague. That's why I say I wish to go back to the time where I was being sworn in, so I can address these population and development issues, so I can turn them into concrete actions. May it be through legislation, may it be through budgeting function, and maybe representative function if you come with a popular vote system in your country. And sometimes we forget that we are able to actually make model projects. We are too busy being stuck in comfort zone, especially being so young in politics and feeling so powerful. And then we quickly forget that being in this position, we can also make model projects. And these projects will cause us to sweat, will make our hands dirty. But why not? If not us, then who else will do this? If we do this, then we can always transfer this knowledge, and we can always formulate this into legislation. Without best practices as the foundation of every article in a legislation, then it's bullshit. It's not going to work out. We need best practices. And therefore, this forum, I mean, for them who come from countries with better achievement from my country, for instance, please lend a hand to us. Share your best practices. And this is why, Mr. Ahmad, you can actually tap this energy. You can actually guide everyone here. And do not let them go. And make sure that you have a group of people that you will always be in collaboration, in coordination, and to share your best practices, to share your problems. Every country is different. Every country has different issues to tackle. Sometimes we cannot get over the denial phase. Sometimes we cannot get over the shame that we probably feel. We don't want to share about them, but this is the forum to share our pain. And Mr. Ahmad, this is your next step to actually bring people together. You know what? By sitting here, you are all champions. By being here, you are already heroes. And I wish you all the good luck in the world, that finally you are able to translate the meaning of what mighty hero can do with your mighty power. And I wish you all the good luck in the world, because time cannot come back to the time where you are being sworn in as member of parliament. So make the best of your time. Thank you.
Thank you.